A warm greetings to everyone. This is Suhasini as Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science and Engineering from RMD Engineering College. In this lecture, we'll discuss about the software development practices subject, and the topic which I'm going to discuss in this lecture is waterfall model. So waterfall model is one of the model which comes under the software development lifecycle model. So in the previous video, I was discussing about the what is SDLC, what is the importance of SDLC and how it works, and what is the outcome of SDLC, and what is the major advantages of SDLC. So the major advantages of SDLC is why we go for SDLC is it produces some high quality of software. So how that high quality of software is produced, because it delivers in a very short time, the cost is less, the time is less, and the quality is high. It satisfies the customer's requirement easily by tracking it in continuous process. So for that, we'll have different types of projects, right? A complex project, a easy project, a middle range project, a moderate project, all these things. So for that, we have different models in the SDLC. So here I'm going to discuss about the waterfall model. So waterfall model is the first process model introduced under the SDLC. So we say this a waterfall model as a linear sequential life cycle model. Why it is linear sequential life cycle model is the same step. The word is linear sequential, okay, continuously step by step, okay, a continuous step by step, okay. So we have a step by step process model. So that is the concept of SDLC itself. And what is the unique thing identified in waterfall model is each we have different phases here. So each phase will be completed, okay. It will go to the next phase only if the previous state is completed. That is a one important thing, so that no dropouts will happen there, okay. So each phase will be completed, then only it will go for the next phase, and no two phase will be running in the same time, so no overlapping will also happen. And we say this is a very simple to understand and use, okay. And next is this software model is a also we say it is a linear sequential flow, because it is following that steps, no, and it will not jump to the third step or fifth step from the first step. First step, second step, third step, fourth step, it will maintain some order. So that is the one important thing identified in the waterfall model. So this is the phases of waterfall model. We have requirement definitions, where you will gather all the requirements and you will go for this. Once after gathering all the requirement, you start designing the software, okay, system and the software with the help of the requirement. Then you will start and do the implementation, and you will do the unit testing. Once after implementation, you will go for the deployment, where the integration and system testing is done. After all the deployment process, which is the integration and system testing, after deliverable, you will have to maintain the system as well. So these are the different steps which has been followed in the waterfall model. You will start the gathering, you'll find all the, you will communicate with the customer, you will get all the what requirement you want, what you want to do, all these things you will get to know. After that, you will design, then you will go start developing. Then after developing everything, you'll do all the testing, and then you will hand over the project, that is deployment. And finally, after delivering the product, you have to maintain the product as well. So these are the different steps which is followed in the waterfall model. So the applications of waterfall model is they are well documented, because once after completing the step only, it will go for the next step, and it will not go back to the previous step as well. So it has to, so that whatever you are going to do in that phase, that has to be done clearly fixed. It is fixed, it is not at all changeable. So it is well documented, it should be very clear and fixed. It's the product definition, okay. The problem statement should be stable. You should not have any changes in the your problem statement. Next is the technology it should be understandable, okay, because your technology, you should not follow any trial and error method in the waterfall model when you go for it, because it should not have any dynamics. It should be understand clearly, and no ambiguous requirements, which means there should not be any there should not be any misclarification, either this or that or this, like that. You should not have anything, and you should have ample resources and expertise to when you go for waterfall model, because it is not changeable whenever you want, and this is works only for short project. Okay, so these are some of the applications and advantages are, it is simple and use, which as I was telling. And next is it delivers, it is rigidity, it manage due to the easy to manage due to rigidity, because it follows some stable steps, as well as it delivers a product then current on time, and all these things it is following, no, that comes under the advantages only. The phases are processed and completed only one at a time, only one phase will be completed in one time, no two overlapping will happen, and it works only for the smaller project. Okay, and everything should be clearly defined, what is output, you should have a clarity, and the task has to be arranged so that it is easy to understand, and the documentation is one of the it will be well documented, no. So that is one of the important advantages. So what is the disadvantages then? So it does not work for long project, it does not work for the complex project. It has, because it is not changeable, once it is done you cannot edit it, right? So the risk is high. So it is for poor for long and ongoing projects. Okay, not suitable for high or moderate project. Okay, so the it is difficult to progress. Okay, it is very difficult to progress for the next stages also. So they, all these things cannot accommodate changes, it will not accept any changes in the middle of the development, all these things. So adjusting the scope, you can end a project also. So when you start changing anything, it may give the whole project will come to an end. So these things all comes under the disadvantages. So though we have, so the main advantages is works very good, and for the smaller projects only. Okay, that is a major advantages. Okay, so these are some about the waterfall model, how it is used, and what is the different phases, what is application advantages and disadvantages. Thank you.